What's up, everybody? This is Josh here from Basement Level Magic, and we are heading into what could possibly be my final draft of Battle for Zendikar. We've opened up a somewhat decent pack. Gideon's Reproach is a pretty good removal spell in white. Benthic Infiltrator is very good in any blue devoid strategy where you're looking to play some of those big Eldrazi processors. Catacomb Sifter is great in a black-green deck, but I've had a hard time getting those decks put together. Vile Aggregate is awesome in a red devoid strategy. I think I'm definitely down to the Vile Aggregate, Benthic Infiltrator, and Gideon's Reproach. I'm not totally sold on taking Benthic Infiltrator as a pack one pick one. I think Vile Aggregate just is a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I've drafted a lot of white, so I kind of want to try not going that in my possibly final draft here. Alright, so here we definitely could look to do something like a Kozilek Sentinel to keep a red devoid strategy going. Red does really well with black or blue in devoid. Breaker of Armies is super good, though. If you have cast this card and actually gotten to attack with it, it's just such a beating for your opponent all the time. That being said, the card that I'd probably play more often is going to be Kozilek Sentinel. Breaker of Armies is great. It's a finisher, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to settle into a red devoid. Molten Nursery is decent if you can get enough colorless spells. Otherwise, it's nothing too exciting. Rising Miasma is fine. It's been a little underperforming, I feel, in this format. Snapping Gnarlid is okay if you want to go green. Evolving Wilds is always a fine pick. But I'm going to take Kozilek Sentinel and head into a red devoid strategy, hopefully, here. Oh my, really? Retreat to Emeria is one of the best uncommons, if not one of the better cards in this format. I think it's crazy that it's still out here. That's a card that I would even be willing to look to possibly splash. So I think I'm going to have to take it. It's just sheer power is too good. The card that goes best in this deck, if we were looking to do the red devoid, would probably be Complete Disregard. That card's very good. It exiles, so it works with any of your Eldrazi processes that you may take later. But I think Retreat to Emeria is just too good to not take here. And even if we end up splashing it, I'm fine with it. If we end up in a red-white, I'm fine with that as well. Clutch of Currents here is probably the best card. Undo Rising is fine. Culling Drone is... Actually, Culling Drone, I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's a filler card. It's decent. But Clutch of Currents is easily the best card. And then I would say Undo Rising. Once again, Snapping Gnarlid is okay. Boiling Earth is fine. But Clutch of Currents is just too good. Especially if we hope to end up in some kind of devoid strategy. I know a lot of people think that red-blue devoid is possibly the best actual archetype out there for this format. I've tried doing it a couple times and I generally have been cut. A lot of people are drafting blue these days. It's been talked up quite a bit by all the pros. Blue has been discussed as the best color about as much as green talked about as the worst color, it seems. Alright, so here, if we're looking to do that devoid, Vestige of Emrakul is definitely a decent way to go. Dominator Drone is fine. Shatterskull Recruit is fine. I actually feel this card it's been a little bit underrated, I feel, in the format. You know, Menace with a 4/4 body is definitely decent. There's a lot of smaller creatures out there. I'm going to go with the Vestige, though, and move forward. Alright, Stone Fury is definitely something that I'm happy to see and pick up. Just getting removal is always a good option. Fortified Rampart has been surprisingly good. Calestria Nightwatch I feel is awesome as well. Even in a non-life gain deck, I feel the 4/5 body has just, the more I've played it, the more surprised I've been and happy to have it. But Stone Fury is going to be the pick here. Card that we'd look to come back around, really not much. I'd be okay with seeing an Ondu Champion. Like I said, 4/5 Rampart is very good too, though. Alright, so here... I think it's a... I mean, Boiling Earth is decent. It's not a card that I have prioritized too much. I don't see a ton of... I think Boiling Earth would have been great against more like a black-green strategy where they're doing a lot of tokens, but a lot of people haven't been doing that, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Incubator Drone. I'd rather be blue-red than red-black, so I'm just going to take that and see where we go. I say that, and then seeing a Dominator Drone at this point I feel is a decent sign. I'm not super impressed with the Incubator Drone. Yeah, I think it's definitely a close call here. You know, we could even be some kind of Grixis deck. Yeah, let's take the Dominator Drone, see where this heads. Right here, like I was saying, I've actually been decently surprised with the Shatter Skull Recruit. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Plus, I'm just cutting off as much red as I can. Here, I'll take the Mindraker over the Bone Splinters. Actually, I'm going to take the Bone Splinters. I think it just tends to be a bit more useful than Mindraker. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bone Splinters, put it in the sideboard for now. Nothing too exciting here. I'll take the Looming Spires. We'll go with the Slab Hammer. Anytime you're playing a red deck, you may end up with some kind of landfall, but we haven't had anything yet. Felidar Cub is a decent option here. And it also gets rid of ways for our opponents to get rid of our Retreat to Emeria. I'm just going to take the Plains. I'm not going to plan on playing Dutiful Return. I'm kind of torn as to whether I should have taken the Dominator Drone. I was kind of hoping to see something in black in that next pack. I possibly could have taken the Incubator Drone. It's just I wanted to be a little bit lower on the curve if possible. Stasis Snare is the best pick here. You know, we didn't see a ton of blue and black. Malachir Familiar is possibly the next best pick. It doesn't fit in the Devoid strategy, but it's, you know, it's a 2/1 that flies. It's got Death Touch, so chances are it's going to take out something. We could just end up trying to go with the red-white, though. We didn't really see much come around that last pack. Stasis Snare is the best card, I think, easily. I mean, right now we only have Incubator Drone and Clutch of Currents to put us in blue, which is not really anything exciting. I think I'm going to take the Stasis Snare. I think that card is just too good to be passing up right now. Otherwise, something like Outnumber would be fine. Desolation Twin. Holy cows, that'd be a fun card to play. So if we're looking to possibly go white, I think Gideon's Reproach is probably one of the better options for us. Outnumber is fine. Chasm Guide is okay. There's another Dominator Drone if we wanted to really push for that red-black. just feel like I've done a lot of white, and I don't know. It's towards the end, so I just feel like doing something different, you know? But if that's the case, I really should just take the outnumber instead of the Dominator drone right now. And just keep myself in red. Fire Mantle Mage, definitely a good pick here. We do have blue in this pack, though, too. Clutch of Currents is great. Like I said, Fire Mantle Mage, though, is... I feel like Menace has been very good in this format. And Fire Mantle Mage is a great way to, you know, just get your team past people. Courier Griffin if we were looking to go white. It's definitely between these two cards. Tightening Coils is fine. Smite the Monstrous is fine. McKinney Slide Runner is awesome as a aggressive red card. You know, I'm gonna try to, I don't know. I know I'm gonna be red, so I'm gonna take the Fire Mantle Mage. Kind of a bit torn here this time. All right, so I feel like I'm definitely moving away from the black. None of the black cards are very exciting to me. Oracle of Dust is okay. It's not great. It just kind of stakes claim on some blue. Reckless Cohort is kind of a crappy card, but it's an early play. I think I'm gonna just go with the Oracle of Dust. I hate that card though. Bloodbound Vampire is the best card in this pack, in my opinion. And Sure Strike is good in most red decks, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to take the Oracle. Alright, Tightening Coils. Alright, this is a good sign for us. I think we're right by going after the blue. Tightening Coils this late is a really good sign. Outside of that, Anticipate's okay. Silent Skimmer is fine. We're not really looking to do that though. Yeah, let's take the Tightening Coils. Ooh, a foil Lumbering Falls. It's gotta be good for something, doesn't it? Here's a Herald of Kozilek. So if we are looking to go with colorless blue-red, that's definitely one of the cards that turns it on. Tunneling Geopede is that's fine in any red strategy. Wavewing Elemental. We'll look to hopefully pick up one of those later in the draft. This Lumbering Falls looks amazing. I'd love to have it, but I think Herald is definitely where we want to be here. There's an Evolving Wilds as well, which would be great if we want to be able to splash for the Stasis Snare. It's looking less and less likely. I think Spell Shrivel is probably the pick here over Akum's Stonewaker. It does make a elemental creature. Yeah, I think having a Spell Shrivel in a blue deck is really good in this format. I'm a big fan of Myers Malice, but I don't think we're gonna have the mana to support that. Skitterskin is fine. I'll just go ahead and take another red card though. All right, Stone Fury. That's a great sign for us. So, all right, here I like both Ghostly Sentinel and Oracle of Dust. In general, I like Ghostly Sentinel more than Oracle. And if we're gonna be splashing white anyway, I think I go ahead and take it. We've got a decent amount of stuff on the ground. We just don't want to be getting all these high mana spells. Actually, let's just take the Oracle. The Herald will actually help us cast it for 4. Oh my. Alright, another Tightening Coils. That's just a great sign for us. McKinney Slide Runner, I'd be super happy to have. But Tightening Coils this late is really a good sign for us. So Stasis Snare, I'm going to move it over to the side. I'm not I'm not thinking I'm going to be playing it. I'll take the Eldrazi Devastator here, and oh, wow, Tunneling Geopede too. I think we found the right colors. Took us a little working to get to, but we've got in 2 packs. We've got 21 playables. If you count the Devastator, that's easily going to be one of the cards I move out. But you know, 8/9 Trampler, that's pretty hard for people to deal with. Looking back, I kind of wish I would have ended up with the Clutch of Currents instead of the Outnumber, but at the time I wasn't real sure what I was doing. Holy cows. So Smoldering Marsh would be great just as a mana fixer if we're looking to splash for the black Devoid creatures. Retreat to Emeria, like I said in pack 1, it's one of the better takeover cards in this set. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and we'll definitely just try to find a way to get some mana fixing going here. It just helps us go really wide, and it pumps our team. Otherwise, Valakut Predator is very good. Valakut Predator or Smoldering Marsh would be the next picks that I'd be looking at. I'm going to take the retreat. Royal Spout is awesome. Pilgrim's Eye is what we need. Resolute Blade Master is fine considering we're going to be splashing, and Tightening Coils is very good as well. But I think the Pilgrim's Eye, to make sure that we hit our white mana for retreat, is going to be the most important. I don't know that I'll be playing the Shatterskull Recruits. Just kind of a little bit off from what the rest of our deck is doing here. Here, Complete Disregard's great. Rune Processor is awesome. How many ways do we have to? Right now we only have Spell Shrivel, it looks like, to exile cards. If we ended up taking that Smoldering Marsh, I'd be totally taking the Complete Disregard right now. Even over the Forerunner of Slaughter, I think. I like Rune Processor over something like Eldrazi Devastator. I want it to be my finisher, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and take it, and hopefully we'll find ways to exile some cards here. It doesn't really... This is a pretty poor pack for us. You know, it's a lot of black and green, which we aren't doing. Grave Birthing, I think, is one of the better cards for our deck. I just don't think that we're going to have the ways to fix to get black in, though. You know, if we do find a way to get a swamp in our deck, Grave Birthing is going to be a good pickup for us, I think. Even over something like Calestra Nightwatch, which was the card that I was discussing, being very good, even in a non-life game deck. So right now we're at 22 cards in the deck. I could easily see siding out this Eldrazi Devastator if we find something better. Tajira Warcaller is the best card in this pack. I was saying earlier I'd love to maybe get a Wavewing Elemental, but for now I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Kozilek Sentinel. Taking another early creature is important to me. I'd rather play this over something like a Reckless Cohort. I'm a huge fan of Sludge Crawler if I were in black. I feel that card has definitely gone up a few letter grades in this format. Horribly Awry is where I'm going to go here, though. It's another way for us to try to exile stuff. And hopefully we'll see something like a Spell Shrivel. Crumble of Dust is just not very usable in Limited. There's not a ton of non-basic lands to go get or to exile with it. Alright, we'll take another Herald of Kozilek here. Just trying to make all of our cards a little bit cheaper. All right, so nothing too exciting here. I'm going to take the Sure Strike. I feel like Sure Strike has just been basically like a removal spell. Sorry about that. It's basically been a removal spell for a lot of the red decks in this format. I don't know that I'll play it though. There's McKindy Slide Runner. Just to get us another early body. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that. I have a hard time passing a card like that. Here we could take another Shadow Skull Recruit. I don't know how great it'll be. Alright, I'm going to take the Skyline Cascade here. Otherwise I could definitely look to do the Rush of Ice. That's not exactly an exciting card though. It's just real nice late game. And we could end up being a little bit aggressive here. But I think the Skyline Cascade is just going to be more usable, and it's definitely going to be a card that we'll play. I'll get the Stonehaven Medic out of there. There's the Wavewing Elemental, so... Alright, so we did get that to come back around. Alright, so we're at 26 cards right now. We'll definitely be looking to make some cuts. I don't think Eldrazi Devastator is going to make it. Alright, so... I mean, I could see where somebody would say not to do the retreat, but I just think that card's been way too good this format. Let's go ahead and group our creatures separately. I feel like all of our non-creature spells are very strong, and they're definitely stuff that I'd like to keep in. I might not be... Yeah, I don't think I'm a McKindy Slide Runner style of deck here, as much as I like that card. And even at that point, I could see something like a Tunneling Geopede maybe coming out. You know, these are our big finishers. These are going to be the way that we win, on top of going wide with stuff like Retreat to Emeria. I feel one of our weakest cards is probably Incubator Drone. But I'm also not a huge fan of Oracle of Dust. It's basically... I'll basically just be using it as a wall, because there's very few ways for me to exile cards. I mean, Fire Mantle Mage doesn't really go with the deck, and you could say the same thing about Wavewing Elemental, but just being able... This gives us evasion, and it'll help us finish off somebody, I feel, and same with Wavewing. So I'm real tempted to probably just side out a Oracle. So I mean, these are all definitely good cards. And even like the counter spells, maybe those shouldn't be in here. That might actually be the best option. Bring back in either Oracle or Tunneling Geopede and take out something like Horribly Awry, but Horribly Awry early on is just... It's a real nice tempo swing. And bring them back together. We don't have a whole lot of ways to fix our mana, but we do have a blue and a red utility land. We'll go ahead and add our basics. And 2 planes looks good to me. I think we could just do a 8-8 split on our blue and our red. I mean, yeah, we have a lot more early blue, but we don't necessarily want to be playing it all the time there. All right, let's go ahead and play this. All right, this is Josh here with Basement Level Magic, and we'll see you in round 1. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.